All right, so if you're thinking about buying a home in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, you're going to run into a three-letter acronym everywhere: HOA. That stands for Homeowners Association. And trust me, you really need to know what you're getting into before you sign on the dotted line. So let's break it all down.
Okay, so you're on this super exciting journey, right? You're looking for a home in the beautiful, one-of-a-kind Oak Ridge area. And it's an awesome place to look. You've got everything from these gorgeous lakeside communities to quiet wooded subdivisions and brand new developments.
And while you're scrolling through listings, that one acronym I mentioned is going to pop up over and over again. HOA, Homeowners Association.
But what does that actually mean for you? For your wallet, for your lifestyle, and maybe most importantly, for your investment? Well, that is exactly what we're going to get into right now.
Okay, first things first. Let's tackle the big one. Why do HOAs even exist? What's the point? Well, it really all comes down to the purpose behind those rules.
So at its most basic level, an HOA is just an organization in a neighborhood, a planned community, or even a condo building, and its job is to make and enforce rules for all the properties and, for everyone who lives there.
And the main goal here, it's all about protecting everyone's investment. Think of it like a safeguard. By making sure everyone keeps up with certain standards, like how the lawns look or the color you can paint your house, they protect the curb appeal, the safety of the area, and the long-term value of your home. It's all about consistency.
Okay, but of course, all that consistency and those awesome shared amenities, they don't just appear out of thin air. They cost money. And that brings us to the fees. So let's talk about where your money goes.
The good news is, in Oak Ridge, the fees can be pretty reasonable. You might see some starting under $200 a quarter for just the basics. But, and this is a big but, that number can swing wildly depending on the amenities. The more you get, the more you're going to pay.
So let's break this down because it's super important. On one side, you have what your fees usually cover, the community stuff, right? Landscaping in the common areas, keeping the pool clean, snow removal, that kind of thing. But what's just as crucial is knowing what's not on that list. Your fees don't cover your own stuff. Interior repairs, a leaky roof, your private backyard, your appliances, that's all still on.
And listen, here is a major pro tip. Seriously, write this down. Before you even think about making an offer, you have to ask for the HOA's budget and their reserve plans. A healthy reserve fund is like the community's savings account for big-ticket items down the road, like a new roof for the clubhouse or repaving the roads. If that fund is strong, it's a fantastic sign that the community is well managed and it protects you from getting hit with a surprise bill, called a special assessment, when something major breaks.
Okay, enough about the money, let's get to the fun part, the return on your investment. We're talking about the amenities and the lifestyle benefits, what you actually get for those fees.
And this is where it gets really good. I mean, look at this list. So many communities in Oak Ridge have these incredible perks. We're talking swimming pools, clubhouses, tennis and pickleball courts, even private lake access and docks. These aren't just bullet points. This is your future weekend, right outside your front door.
And what's cool is that these perks really do attract all kinds of people. You've got families who want safe playgrounds for the kids, and then you have retirees who love the low-maintenance living and the built-in social scene. It creates a really vibrant community.
So, beyond just having a pool to swim in, there's that other huge benefit we talked about, protecting your property's value. Let's dig a little deeper into how these rules actually create that financial stability. It's kind of like a four-part system. First, they keep up those community standards, making sure the common areas are beautiful. Second, they have architectural guidelines to preserve that consistent, attractive look. No one's going to paint their house neon pink. Third, they manage all the shared stuff, the pools, the roads, the lights. And finally, number 4, and this is so important, they plan for the future using those reserve funds. This keeps the whole neighborhood from looking run down and protects you from those nasty financial surprises.
And really, this quote says it all. The standards aren't there to make your life difficult. They're there because everyone in the community has agreed to them, all to protect what's probably the biggest investment you'll ever make.
All right, so we've covered the good, the bad, and the budget, which brings us to the ultimate question, HOA or no HOA? How do you make the right choice for you? Let's lay it all out.
This chart makes the choice pretty clear, doesn't it? On one hand, with an HOA, you're trading fees and rules for awesome amenities and a predictable, well-kept neighborhood. On the other hand, no HOA means more freedom, more control, and no fees, but you're responsible for everything, and you can't control what your neighbor decides to do with their property.
But here's the best part about looking in Oak Ridge. You don't have to feel boxed in.
The area has a fantastic balance of both HOA and non-HOA neighborhoods, so no matter what you decide, you can for sure find the perfect fit for you.
So that really brings us to the final question, and this one's for you. Now that you know the trade-offs, the pros and the cons, what does your perfect community actually look like? Is it the one with the community pool and predictable home values, or is it the one with total freedom to paint your door any color you want?